Sports Hub where passion meets sports. Whether it's club football, international tournaments, or global leagues, we bring every game, every story, every debate straight to you. During the international break, every continent comes alive on our channel, Eurovision, all things Europe, Nations League, Euros, FIFA WC qualifiers.
Pick up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. We are live for another prediction and another live stream. And this is a review for the European continent. Obviously, the Yeah, so this is a review for the European continent, preview for the European continent. Obviously, Europe heads to this World Cup as among heavy favorites to win this World Cup 2026. I've never seen a World Cup highly contested where one continent seems like they will dominate it, and that is Europe. Obviously, last World Cup was won by South America, and this World Cup will be very tightly contested. But this World Cup, I see the European champions, the European favorites, and one defending champion who's favorite. Obviously, we started off with who do we have in Europe. So the European nations that have qualified for World Cup 2026, we have Austria, Belgium, Bosnia qualified through beating Italy, underdogs, Croatia qualified through Croatia qualified normally, Czech Republic qualified through the playoffs, England qualified through excellent qualifiers from under two. So, um, France, they lost the final World Cup. They lost in the final World Cup 2022, and they qualified the defending World Cup runners-up, and France are heavy favorites to win this World Cup. Obviously, then we have Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Scotland, Spain, who are highly favored as well. Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey. Yeah. So my prediction. First of all, for Europe, they have won a number of 12 World Cups. Yeah, they've won 12 World Cups compared to 10 World Cups won by South America. And heading to any World Cup, it is if there's two continents guaranteed of a World Cup. Yeah, if there's two continents that are guaranteed that could walk away with the World Cup champion will be Europe or South America. So obviously, South Europe is heading to this World Cup with one mission to reclaim the trophy back because France failed to keep the trophy in Qatar, and France made the trophy get lost and give it back to and gave it to South America. Obviously, South America stole the trophy after many years of Europe dominating that World Cup trophy, and Europe wants that trophy back. Obviously, we have heavy favorites for this World Cup 2026. We have favorites like Spain, France, England, and those are the ones who will be marching on. And Portugal, Portugal are fairy tale favorites, and those are the ones who will be leading the European charge in North America to reclaim back the trophy. Obviously, we have punchy bags. We have punchy bags like Austria, and then we have I see Belgium as a struggling contender for this trophy. Bosnia is seen as a dark horse. Croatia is also a dark horse. Czech Republic, I say they'll humiliate themselves. England, they'll be heavy favorites to win the World Cup 2026 trophy. And Germany are dark horse also obviously. Germany has had some issue here and there. They have been eliminated at group stage in 2022 World Cup, 2018 World Cup. Netherlands are competitive force. Norway has been Norway first World Cup in the first while, and I feel like Norway will humiliate themselves because maybe they will do well in group stage, but knockout stage they struggle very much because of lack of experience out there. And Scotland, Portugal will be a competitive force for sure. Cristiano's last World Cup, he'll make Portugal a competitive force. Scotland, they'll do well in the group stage, but humiliate themselves in the knockout stage. Spain are heavy favorites to win the World Cup 2026. Yeah, if it's not Spain, then it's France. If it's not France, then it's England. And Spain are European champions as well. So they're European champions in terms of Euro 2026, not in terms of Nations League. Yes. And then Sweden will humiliate themselves. Sweden is a team that qualified for the World Cup 2026 through a second chance. So Sweden will not do that well in this World Cup 2026. Yeah. But obviously, Turkey do well in the group stage, but they'll not do well in the knockout stage. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys, what are Europeans' expectation in this World Cup 2026? Yeah, obviously, Europeans expect a lot from this World Cup 2026. Europe enters 2026 as they are very tactical and they are benchmark for what quality global football should look like. And global expectations from the world expect that a European nation will win this tournament given that Europe has hold three of the top four favorite spots, and that is yeah heavy favorites. Obviously, the standard heavy favorites while expects nothing less than a deep run. As I mentioned, Spain are running champions. De La Roja carries the highest pressure. The world expects them to continue their tiki-taka football to tactical excellence, intelligence, and generation talent like Yamal, Nico Williams, and those other ones. France have excellent squad depth. Yeah, they have a lethal front line of Mbappe, Dembele, and Mbappe carried France in 2022 World Cup. The world expects Mbappe to carry France in 2026 World Cup and expected to reach the third back-to-back World Cup final. England, England obviously has risen from for being a competitive force to being a favorite because of change of management. They're now managed by Thomas Tuchel. A global audience expects England's embarrassment of riches, led by the clinical striker Harry Kane, who has managed to be on lethal form in Bundesliga to finally break the 60-year drought of not winning the World Cup. Obviously, we have elite challengers like Germany, Netherlands. These are traditional powerhouses that they're expected to fully establish themselves on the world stage after the mixed transitions in recent years. To give Netherlands credit, I feel like Netherlands have been stabilizing here and there. Germany has been going down, but we'll see for Germany. For Portugal, it's because of mainly because of Cristiano's final World Cup, and the world expect to push for one trophy missing, to push for the one major trophy missing for his trophy cabinet. Obviously, we have a dangerous dark horse like Norway. Norway is led by Erling Haaland, Odegaard, and the world expects them to be bracket breakers as well. Yeah. Croatia, these are Belgium and Croatia are teams where they have golden generations that are fading out slowly. Yeah. They are trying to navigate into a new golden generation. So that transition period. but the global expectations still treat them as furthermore and organized teams capable of punishing heavyweights as well. So they all expect Europe to win the tournament as well, but my expectation is yeah, my expectation for Europe in this World Cup 2026 is they need to break the average finish for European teams because in 2022 the average finish was out of 16, where more than half of the continent re- representatives had advanced past the initial group stage. Out of 13 European nations that had qualified for the tournament, 8 advanced to the knockout round, while 5 were eliminated in the group phase. Obviously, the final four or top four were two teams. That was France and Croatia. And we had quarterfinals, three teams of England, Netherlands, Portugal. And we had three teams of Spain, Switzerland, and Poland. Obviously, Poland hasn't qualified for this World Cup, so Poland is out. And yeah, so obviously this has expanded, and Turkey is back in this World Cup as well. So I expect Europe to finish beyond round of 16. I think the average position finish in this World Cup 2026 will be a quarterfinals finish for Europe because of average, yeah. But I expect a European nation to win this World Cup 2026. Maybe it could be an underdog winner. I know everyone expects France out of the four favorites. Everyone expects France to win World Cup 2026, but I don't know why. But I see a Spain winning it. Yeah, and I could be right. It could be Spain. Yeah, with especially with the La Masia talents that they have chosen, and have chosen to keep Real Madrid out of the World Cup 2026. Yeah, so best of wishes to the European nations, and may the best continent win because for Europe we are done. And something that helps Europe as well is that it is hard for a World Cup nation to win a World Cup back to back. Yeah, France failed to do that in 2022 World Cup, and the last World Cup opponent to do that was South American continent. It was South America nations. That was Brazil and Argentina. Apart from that, though, I don't think there's anyone who has ever won a World Cup and then won it back to back as well. So that's that's what's helping Europe on that side as well. Apart from that, we are ending it here, and I'll end it for Europe, and I'll see you guys for the South American very soon. Yeah.